Okay, shalom, shalom, kwam yase Allah koholoyim la. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well. The Bible Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. Shah Khanan the Waf just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And it's a touchy subject. We all know that these are touchy subjects when it comes to the ABCD, the alphabet thing. I'm going to try and keep it as classy as I can. This is for educational purposes only as well, so it's for educational purposes only. Okay, anyway, let's get some of this. It says Michigan, the state of Michigan, becomes first state to mandate courts use proper pronouns in court or documents. So, all right, let's just read through some of this. I don't think Michigan is one of the places where you have to swear in on a Bible for an official office or whatever. You know what I'm saying? As far as judges, you would think that they would. They used to. I'm not sure if they do anymore, but they may not no more. I highly doubt it because they pretty much done gotten rid of the Bible out of mostly all situations here in America. Still some places here and there, but it's overall a wrap. It's over with. It says the Michigan Supreme Court. I mean, come on, man. He's supposed to be the highest law officials in the world, so to speak. It's like an oxymoron. It says the Michigan Supreme Court has adopted a new rule that requires all state court judges and their staff to use person's chosen pronoun and name for everyone who appears in court, including attorneys. The rule, which is slated to take effect January 1st, 2024. So this is the beginning of the year right here, will also apply to all written court documents. So when you see stuff like this, you know what? Let me grab this real quick. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to me. I mean, of course, it's I'm not saying it from that aspect because it is vexing, but I'm saying it's beautiful from a standpoint of America falling. Our enemies are falling. That's the beauty of this. That's what I'm talking about when I say that. This is Ecclesiasticus 25, verse 7. And it reads, "There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy." And that's what we're witnessing, the fall of our enemies, because the alphabet has taken over this place. I mean, but this is spiritual Sodom. Scripture describes it as being spiritual Sodom and also spiritual Egypt. So this is to be expected. But this letting you know how close we are to the end of this thing, man. When shit like this is going on, where you have people that have gone to school, supposedly these are your smartest people of your nation. They've gone to, your schools like Harvard, Princeton, all these different high degree of law schools and things of that nature. And then they get to the point of being a Supreme Court judge, which is the highest of the judges, I think, if I'm not mistaken, as far as their worldly system. And you're agreeing to this as a new law, then it's a wrap. Like I said again, I'm trying to keep it classy, man. Because, I mean, come on, bro. I mean, it says, with the new rule adopted on Wednesday, Michigan begins the first state to adopt such a rule, according to the American Civil Liberties Union of Michigan. The ACLU sent a letter on behalf of coalition of LGBTQ plus advocates and allies supporting the proposed rule change. See? Hey, man. Hey. This is not about special treatment. Oh, it's not? It's not about special treatment, huh? Well, if it's not about special treatment, guess what? A person should be able to go into that court and say, you know what? They I don't know even if they do this anymore. They used to say, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? They used to say stuff like, I don't know what they do in court now. You know what I'm saying? But they used to actually have a witness just before they get on the stand. They will place their right hand on the Bible, and they will hold up their left hand, and they will basically say that, repeat after me. Do you swear to tell the truth? Or they'll ask that question. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? And generally a person will say yes. You've rarely seen a person where they said no until you started to get these, anti-God rebels, you know what I'm saying, in America, about around the time when they stopped prayer in school and stopped all that stuff like that back in the days, whatever. But generally, that's what a person would say. They would say, yes, sit down on the stand. And even if they was lying, they would say that portion of the thing. But now, with this new law, and they're not showing special treatment, right? A person should be able to say, you know what, I identify as a liar. No, I can't do that. Jury duty, no, I can't do jury duty. I identify as a liar. You guys are seeking truth seekers, right? I mean, I know I couldn't honestly sit and hear a case and give you a truthful, a truthful conviction, so to speak, or because I identify as a liar. I don't want anything to do with the court system. I identify as a liar. A person going to jail for murder, or they on trial for murder, I identify as a liar. Or they can say, hey, no, Your Honor, that witness that they have against me, they identify as a liar. I've seen them. You can go in their site, they identify as a liar. You can't believe. I mean, where does it stop, man? You got people out here identifying as some of everything. Why can't you not identify as a liar? No, I identify as anti-truth. No, I identify as anti-court. I can't come to court. Shouldn't you respect that person's identity? You're respecting the identity of a man that's saying that he's a woman, or a woman that's saying that he's a man. Where does it stop at? Where does it stop? Because obviously you would have to be showing special treatment if you wouldn't do that for everybody. No, I identify as a bank robber. I was born that way. The Lord made me that way. I was created that way. I can't help myself. Why are you arresting me? I identify as a bank robber. I identify as a murderer. Why are you arresting me for shooting him? I should be able to do what I identify as. you see what I'm saying? That's how stupid this shit is. Anyway, let's go on. It is about ensuring that, it says, this is not about special treatment. It is about ensuring that anyone who identifies by a particular pronoun receives the dignity of being addressed by the gender when they are before a judge, wrote Michigan Supreme Court Justice Kyra H. Bolden in the court order issued Wednesday. Kyra. I'm pretty certain this lady is. This is more likely a lady. More than likely. Let's just see. I don't want to just bear false witness. Let's just see if this is a woman. Let's see if she pops up here. Let's see what we can get out of this. Oh, not the Jake. Oh, I remember her too. Oh, wow. She just got appointed. She hasn't been there that long. I'm trying to think. I think she was pregnant when she was running. And it was something about her, damn, I'm trying to think. I think it was something that was about her, one of her family members, about slavery or something like that. Her great-grandfather or something to the extent of, let me see something, man. Now I remember her. They would have the Israelite woman with the bullshit. Here we go. I remember this now. This was this year, too. March 1st, 2023. Descendant of racial terror lynching victim joins Michigan Supreme Court. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to think. It was something about one of her family. It was something. I can't remember exactly. Let's see, though. We can get a little bit on this. She will bring a unique perspective to our high court as a black woman. Well, she's not a black. She's a brown shade. There's no such thing as black people. But this Esau. This is Esau. This is the way Esau get down. Esau do shit like this. See, when they want to pass some of their bullshit, they will use our people to do it. They do it all the time. That's a part of their playbook. They do it all the time because, see, they don't want their face to, well, it wasn't me. They don't want their face on the hookup. You see what I'm saying? No, we don't want you to know that it's actually us in the backdrop. So they'll put Jacob to do the dirty work. It says, she's committed to fighting for justice for generations. I know she will serve Michigan admirably. She's the youngest Michigan Supreme Court Justice. She's 34. She explained that her family history drove her to attend law school at the University of Detroit Mercy School of Law. She felt the need to be a part of the justice system, she said, a system that failed her family after the 1939 lynching of her great-grandfather, Jesse Lee Bond. I knew it was something. I knew I remembered that. So here you go. Your first major ruling, because I ain't heard about a ruling on anything else. They lynched your grandfather, your great-grandfather. You go to law school because of that, so to speak. And your very first major ruling is to do some shit like this. How do you think your great-grandfather would feel about your decision on this? Because at the time that he was living, that shit would have been unheard of. You see? But here you go. No, we're living in the future. This is a new day and time. But she was you. I mean, come on, bro. Yeah, hey, that's why I say, and I'm willing to bet you she a goddamn Democrat. Anyway, let's come out of here. I knew I remembered. I just didn't know who this was. But the reason why I brought up her name, because, you know, at first, I don't know, I guess you could have some damn dudes out here named Kyra. But anyway, let's get this real quick. Let's get this real quick. Here you go. You're a judge that can't make righteous judgment. Boy. That's an oxymoron for real, man. You can't make righteous judgment in this man's kingdom. Come on, man. Because you'll get canceled. Oh, no, she can't be a judge. You have to agree that he identifies as a mountain lion. And you treat him like a puppy. Case dismissed. I'm telling you, man, this place is through. Oh, man. 1 Timothy 2:11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. That's where she's supposed to be at, man. She's supposed to be somewhere in silence. She's not supposed to usurp authority over no man. You know what I'm saying? She's not supposed to be, come on, man. Anyway. Not surprising, though. This shit is not surprising. Let's see what else they got. I didn't even know that was going to be her. That's a whole nother lesson now. Bowden was one of 5 of the 7 justices who supported the new rule. Jay Kaplan, staff attorney for ACLU of Michigan's Nancy Katz and Margot Dish Miller, LGBTQ Rights Project, said the adoption is incredibly uplifting. Kaplan said the ruling sends an important message to Michigan's transgender and gender non-binary community that they will be afforded the same dignity, courtesy, and fairness given to cisgender persons and can expect equal access to justice in Michigan courts. Come on, bro. Was it necessary? According to the new order, which can't be read here, I'm not going to go into it, where the title says enough. It says the first part of every document must contain a caption stating parties and attorneys may also include Miss, Mr., or MX, I'm not sure what that means, as a preferred form of address, and one of the following personal pronouns in the name section of the caption: he, him, his, she, her, hers, or they, them, theirs. Court must use the individual's name, the designated salutation, or personal pronouns, or other respectful means that are not inconsistent with the individual's. Yeah, I'll take it, bro. Yeah, let me take a photo of your... Oh, go for it. My bad. It's a lot. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. All right, now. Okay, it says, or other respectful means that are not inconsistent with the individual's designated salutation or personal pronouns when addressing, referring to, or identifying the party attorney, either orally or in writing. So this goes for the attorney as well. So the attorney might want to be, he might be a he, but wants to be called a she, and you have to do it. Now, otherwise, the judge can be, we need a new judge. We're gonna call a mistrial. We're gonna do, come on, man. Anyway, so, like I said again, I'm not sure if you have to swear in. You used to have to. But anyway, like I said again, what if a person identifies as a liar? Why can't you identify as a murderer? Why can't you identify as a car thief or a carjacker or a crackhead? Why can't you be those things if a person can? Come on. I mean, really think about that. This is how silly this shit is. If a man that was born with a rod, born a man, got testicles and everything, he can identify as a she now. So why can't a person identify as, where does this shit stop at? You are definitely being discriminative if you're telling a person that says I identify as a liar, they can't be a liar. If you're telling this man he can be a woman, I mean, come on, yo. Now this shit may sound stupid as hell, but I mean, to be an honest judge, and I was judging on something like this, I would have to say, well, hey, no, you can't discriminate against this person. He actually believes that he's a liar. He's been lying all his life. He can't, he feels as if he was born that way. Then he should, hey, you're in contempt of court for calling him anything other than what he identifies as. He identifies as a liar. See how stupid that sounds? Anyway, so I put in the word judge, right? And so, it's a whole bunch of scriptures on judge. You even have a book called Judges, right? Let's see. Let's get Deuteronomy 25:1. It says, if there be a controversy between men, right? Now, see, today, if this was read, this would be considered to be possibly transphobic or something like that. How well it says men, it should say women. It should just say they or them, It says, if there be a controversy between men and they come unto judgment, that the judges may judge them, then they shall justify the righteous and condemn the wicked. This is the main portion of a judge right here. They're supposed to justify the righteous and condemn the wicked. Now, me being a person, you know what I'm saying? If I were to say, I don't agree with that, I go against that, then they would, we see people all the time, hey, they against this particular ruling and say anything. Because see, it says, then they shall justify the righteous and condemn the wicked. But what are they doing? They're justifying the wicked and they're condemning the righteous. And there's a scripture that talks about that. Matter of fact, there's another one. Let's see, in Proverbs. Let's see here. It talks about that. I probably should have just maybe. Yeah, 17 and 15. Proverbs 17 and 15. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord. So this ruling from this particular judge, or all these judges, because they showed her, right? Why didn't they show the rest of the judges? It was supposedly 7 of them that agreed, right? Matter of fact, let me go back off into that. Let's get this other one. Let's see. Jay Kaplan. Let's see if we can get Jay Kaplan real quick. Let's see if that's a man, a woman, or if it's a, what they look like. Could be a damn Jake too. Who knows? Go off into it. I want to just see. Because why would they just show her? Nope, looking like it need a mic to me. Yep, there you go. And you can look and tell he say they even got a picture of him on Pride Source. Let me see here. He probably into that life. Oh, you can see, look, he got that flag. But why didn't they show him? Why didn't they initially hold on, so but maybe okay, so that's right, okay, he's an attorney. Okay. All right. Let's see here though. Salakia. So my bad on that. So they may not would have had shown him like that. Let me see. Let me just put in the Michigan Supreme Court. Let's see here. So they would have Eve on there. Damn it, Eve. Damn it, Eve. You got the web page. Never been on the Michigan Supreme Court web page. Okay, so here's the Chief Justice. Why didn't they put her up there? Man, we know why they didn't. We already know why they didn't. Hey, but see, like I said again, see, let me get this one. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We understand how Esau gets down. Esau is a dirty, sly bastard, man. We already know how he gets down. He uses our people as the face of his wickedness, and he's been doing that for a long time. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices. That's a device that Satan uses. And Satan just goes off into adversary. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is an adversary to the so-called blacks. Whenever they've been pushing, every time you see one of these commercials, whether it's a HIV commercial, whether it's anything that's got to do with the alphabet community, it's always a so-called black person in the front of it. And generally, it's a so-called black man. But of course, you know, just so happened this time to use Eve. But anyway, this is not surprising. You can't. You know, this is not surprising with E, man. Let me go back to this, though. I guess the point is made, though. I don't really have to go any much further. But I wanted to let's put in Judge again. Let me see what else did we have with it. We was at, what did we... let me put in, I had an S on it. So we got that Deuteronomy chapter 25 and 1. Okay, I want to get these two right here. This is Job 9 and 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So he covereth the real faces of the real judges. And the main judge is Yahweh, which the world, you know, they call him Jehovah and Allah and all these different titles and whatever. But the Lord's name is Yahweh, which means that he exists, or the existing one. And then they also covered the face of his son. That's coming to, that's, the real, the secondary judge. He's a high judge, but, of course, the father, there's an order to this thing. There's the father and then the son. But they covered his face as well and gave you, first off, they gave you white God. They gave you a white Jesus. His name is not even Jesus, but his name is Yahushai, which means that he's the savior or deliverer in Paleo Hebrew. In judgment, as far as Esau Edom goes, man, it's just all wickedness. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, cares absolutely nothing about real justice. Why? Because you have to think about it. They stole this entire country and then set up their judges. And then those judges will sit and rule on cases that only benefit pretty much overall the rich of the place, so to speak, or their, the race of the Edomites, the so-called white race. They get the benefits of those judging systems. Overall, just up, recently, Jake started to get somewhat of some justice or some type of equality, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And it's still off. But this place is wicked as hell. You're not going to get no true judgment. But this right here, as well, Job 12 and 17. Let's see. And this is talking about Yahweh. Verse 16, let me start there. It says, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So the Lord created the deceived and the deceiver. He leadeth counselors away, spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. And that's what's going on with the Americas. The counselors are basically spoiled. You know, these attorneys, they're spoiled. And these judges are clowns, man. They're complete fools. You know how foolish you got to be to come up with a judgment like that? That shit is stupid. That's just like that other so-called black woman. What's that? Ketanji Brown, I think is her name. The Supreme Court justice or whatever, that they was asking her, what is a woman? And she was sitting there looking stupid as hell, you know what I'm saying? As if she couldn't answer that question. But you are about to start ruling on high top priority type stuff, and you can't even say what a woman is? Because they're fools, man. It says he looseth the bond of kings, and girdeth their loins with a girdle. He leadeth princes away spoil, and overthroweth the mighty. He reproveth away the speech of the trusty, and taketh away the understanding of the age. He poureth contempt upon princes, and weakeneth the strength of the mighty. And that's pretty much what's going on, man. So we're witnessing the fall of Esau, Edom's kingdom. You know, you have to know that this is a fall. First off, we knew what it was when they started going all hardcore about the LGBTQ being in the military and being able to get those sex change operations on the taxpayers' money. You knew it was over with then. You see, now, you know, and this is just Michigan. I'm sure it'll lead further. It'll hit a couple more courts, a couple more states. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, hey, I just wanted to touch on that for a hot sec, just to show you how far this place is falling, man. When you got judges, the Michigan Supreme Court, you have the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, not your regular court. This is not your we going about a traffic infraction. You know, this is not a lawsuit over he damaged my my property. No, we're talking about people that actually rule on whether or not this could be a law or not, or this could be a bill or not, or whatever the case may be. They rule on top stuff. And matter of fact, when you think about it, this shit shouldn't even have been in their courts, you ask me. This should have been settled somewhere else. And even if it settled among even the lords of the courts should have said, nah, we all right with that. This is bullshit. See, you're living in a nation where a man can identify as a woman, go to a woman's prison, and then get women pregnant. Come on now. Hey, but we applaud it. We pray for the downfall of Esau, Edom's kingdom on a day-to-day basis. Wow, Bible ball. So this is a token. This right here is a beautiful thing. I see it as being beautiful. You know, like I said, it's vexing, but I'm looking at the fact that our enemies are falling. So with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala.